For the world history portion, students will be investigating the lasting effects of the ancient Greek athletic competition, the Olympics. In this study, students will identify the cultural, political, and social influence that these games have had on society. To capture the attention of the students, we will be opening class up with a fun YouTube clip on the Olympic impact titled Top 5 Reasons the Olympics Rock. Then we will lead into a short and casual class discussion on what the Olympics mean to them individually and to their families, if it holds any significance to them personally or to their families, just to get them thinking and talking about it. Afterwards, I will give a brief speech on how some of the foundations of American freedoms and rights have been shaped by various Olympic events. Hopefully, this will be rallying and exciting enough to really capture their attention and make them want to dive into this unit. Afterwards, I will pass out some rubrics, go over the 4 steps of this segment, go into detail about our collective expectations, how to get a good grade, but, more importantly, what to search for and learn in this segment. Kicking off this unit, students will read a handful of articles that discuss various Olympic events that have happened in American and some in world history. This is just to discover the critical and impactful events that have helped shape our world, both locally and globally. And once we're done with that, we will move on to creating a timeline. The point of this is for students to notice when these events took place and to observe other critical events that happened near this event or that are related to this event, just to find correlations, make connections, and deliberate the significance of these events. To get some community members involved and for students to get a broader perspective of the event's impact, for the second part, students will be asked to interview at least 2 people from different cultural backgrounds and from different generations about their experience with the Olympics. The reason for different cultural backgrounds and, multi-generational is just to get different perspectives because one event could have impacted a certain group of people different than, a second generation or somebody from a different cultural background. During the school week, there will be a day where I, the teacher, invite a panel of people from multiple generations and cultural background to answer some questions and share their experiences with the Olympics. Some examples of this could be someone who was around during the Berlin Games when Hitler pushed Nazi propaganda, or perhaps somebody who was present during the Cold War in the Moscow Games, stuff like that. It's important to see this event from multiple angles of the community members' various ages and backgrounds so we can truly understand its impact. This will give students the opportunity to ask their own questions as well as listening to the various stories, but it's really important that they ask their own questions, that they participate, that they are actively seeking information, and they will be graded on that. To wrap up this unit, we will be doing my favorite project, something I'm really excited for. Students will form groups of 5 to create a news crew in which they will film and edit an 8 to 10 minute video about a specific impactful Olympic event. In these groups, there will be a sports spokesman to talk about what happened, a political expert to discuss the political implications, an interviewer and an impacted local to discuss the social impact, and a news anchor to host the show and also discuss the cultural connections. As the host, the main news anchor will correspond with each other anchor, kind of the way like they do on TV. They will also introduce each news segment and will wrap up the show by talking about the cultural significance of the event. The sports spokesman will elaborate on what occurred, giving important details and facts about the event, kind of a play-by-play. The political expert will examine the bureaucratic side of the event and then forecast what may happen from a political standpoint. Lastly, the part of the interviewer will conduct a faux interview with the part of the impacted local who has been impacted by the event to showcase the social implications. In this mock interview, the role of the impacted local will be held by a student who will research alongside the interviewer on the social influence of that Olympic event, and they will design a script between each other to best illustrate their findings. Students will be encouraged to have fun creating this video while exercising some 21st century skills, and they will be graded by the information conveyed in their video, their understanding about the influence of the event, their collaboration of efforts, and the efforts to create a well-edited video, not on their acting skills. After all the videos have been shown in class, there will be a minute or so after each student video where the group answers questions from their peers, just to kind of wrap this up and tie it in a pretty little bow.